Good morning here in wonderful Kernersville, just right down the road from Colfax at our retail store. It's a little muggy, potential chance of rain, but that's okay. Today, unlike where you have probably seen us do our construction process and then other features that we offer, today we're going to do a liner replacement. And that I'll fully explain once we get back here and we look at the project. Here we are at the water feature. It's roughly an 8-foot infinity, and the customer called a few weeks ago as far as having a leak. I came out to see what it was, and what I've actually found out is there are quite a few issues. Now, given with a lot of our water features, we love nature coming in. You got your birds, even squirrels, potentially deer, all kinds of wildlife that comes in there. But we also have pests. And what I've found with this feature is there's ants. And ants pretty much have came underneath the feature, chewed in as far as with them traveling, and have ate into the liner. And what happens is they go in, they eat a hole in it, recognize the water, and then they go on to somewhere else, creating several holes. If you only find one, it's okay to patch, even a couple more. But when you have several, it's really not worth patching each individual hole. With the process, you're much better doing a liner replacement. We recommended this to the customer, and they absolutely were for it because they love the feature. They absolutely want to keep it, and they don't want to ruin it because they've had this for 8 years. When I came out here, I went through and I thoroughly looked. We typically look for low edges. We look for anything to where water can seep out the sides because that's typically your #1 issue. Well, with the process, this has a spillway, and sometimes the spillway ends up with settling. The actual seal in between there can actually slip. So with this, it can create a leak through the back. Well, I realized that it doesn't have that issue, so what I did is I dug up underneath several one of these rocks. And over here, we'll pull back where I actually looked and deduced. You can see here on the top portion where I pulled up, you have a few ant holes here. And I don't know if you can zoom in and see all of this, but you can see my finger tracing through. And what it is you have several little spots. Oh, that's a piece of trash. You have several spots where ants have actually got in. Well, I took it upon myself, to pull up a few of these rocks throughout. And with that, I raised up the liner, and as you can see right here, you have a nice little stream there, and that is from an ant. And you have several more in the process. You have this wet spot here, which is from an ant hole here, which is pretty much allowing water to come through. Now the rock itself kind of helps push that in, but water still is allowed to come through. And with this, you could potentially lose quite a bit of water over a period of time. So what I'm pretty much going to do is remove all the rocks, take the old liner up, and after I take the old liner up, I'm going to lay down underlayment to help reinforce this issue. The customer themselves is going to spray with pesticide to help eliminate that in the future. And then I'm going to take brand new liner and lay it over, and then I'm going to potentially try to place every single rock exactly the way it was because of where the customer has enjoyed this feature for as long as they have. Now, before I ever bring out any equipment, start completely tearing out, what I usually do with a liner replacement is I like to get a picture. I like to get roughly a photograph of exactly how this was. That way when I'm going back through the rock placement, I can put it exactly how it was supposed to be or within close proximity. And that's just very simple with technology. simply take several angles, that way in case you're confused, or if you, while laying it down, some part of where the dirt impressions don't exactly seem like they're working right, plus where you have the underlayment, which makes it somewhat thick, and the new liner, which may, after settling and stuff prior, it doesn't actually sit right. With this process, the basin, we had the customer do a basin test prior. The basin is not leaking. We do not have to tear out anything inside the basin area, which means we do not have to remove any gravel, any exterior rocks that are inside the liner, no gravel, the vault, pump, nothing of that nature. All we're primarily working on is from the infall here and everything up. Okay, we are finally finished. It was a pretty hefty project. As you can see, I'm dirty, like always. I love what I do. More or less, as you can see, it is muddy. Of course, we were traipsing around mud and dirt, but it looks identical for the most part of what we originally pulled out. We also found yellow jacket's nest and a couple of more anthills and spots where they were nesting, but we eliminated all that. Now, customer can relax, enjoy, and take pride in the fact that we were able to fix a problem to help him continue enjoying a water feature for a much longer time. I love what I do. All right.
Rolling.
Okay.